What up, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. Today, we're gonna do something different. I have my boy Frank here. My boy Frank is gonna ask me some random questions. We haven't even talked about it. He gave me a little example of what he's gonna do, so look out for my reactions. I have no idea what this was gonna ask me, but I know he's gonna put me through the wire, put me through the ringer. I'm in the hot seat right now, so all right, let's go.
The topic is women in the workspace.
Can't hear you, bro.
Women in the workspace.
Okay, what about it?
So, there's big talks about, I think that's one of the big things going on right now, how inequality of women and their pay, how it's statistically shown more men get paid more than women, for doing the same job. So what's your take on that?
What's my take on that? About women getting equal pay as men? When I hear, like, should women get paid the same as men, or at least have the equal rights to get that same amount, I feel like women should. But then when you start breaking it down in details,
Categories.
categories, yeah.
Let's talk about here in the workspace, like working at like an AutoZone and stuff like that, like where it's kind of like it's a male predominant place,
Yeah,
and for females in this industry, I'd say.
yeah. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, because when I first started here, or just me working here in general, a lot of the customers that walk in here, they always seem to go towards a man, a guy, and there could be a girl who works at the same company, might even know more than me, could be standing on the right side, left side of me, and they'll ignore them and they'll go straight to me.
You mean like they will wait for you?
They will wait
even
for
though
me.
She's not busy.
Yeah, even if she's not busy, she doesn't have a customer in front of her, they'll wait for me.
Now, is that predominantly just males, or is that both male and females, or like do you notice a pattern? Like, is it just?
I feel like women are more open, like more of our female customers are more open to get help by men and women, but the men are mostly looking for other men.
Okay, all right.
Because I feel like if they go to a female who works here, I guess, like, not to sound sexist or like be rude, but they're just gonna think that they don't know about car stuff. Girls are gonna know about makeup, nails, and stuff like that, and not know, because there's not too many girls that will get under a car and do their own oil change their own tires, which there are some that get taught by their dad, but, like, if they don't have their dad or a brother, they might have a brother that does it for them.
Okay. It's what do you think about like the whole aspect when, I mean, like me, I was also working here. I mean, I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but it, to an extent, as a man, it kind of gets me when you have a woman replacing a male's windshield wipers. Like, how does that look? What do you think on that?
Like when a woman does it.
Yeah, for example, let's just say we have a female worker here
Mm-hmm.
and a male customer. Hey, I need some wipers. Can you install them for me? Because he doesn't know how. He says, "Oh, I don't know how to install them. I don't know how to do this. Can you do this for me?" Like the typical, do-it-yourself people come in.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times actually. I have come from different stores, and I have seen, like, male reactions, like asking a female coworker to do it. Sometimes they'll laugh, like sometimes they'll use the approach, "Oh, hey, can you install them?" And they'll just kind of like laugh about it, like, "Oh, I don't know how to do it. I never done it before," And sometimes you'll try to show the customer. Half the time, you get customers that actually want to see what you're doing, and they want to learn, and they'll, like, even ask you to try it. Other times, you're just like, "Yeah, just do it,"
Okay.
and they'll just pay you.
Okay.
What I was gonna say? Yeah, man. Like, another thing I was gonna say, like, sometimes they'll use the approach of trying to make you feel bad. Like, "Oh, don't you install them?" Like, they'll, like, make you feel like you have to do it.
Instead of a courtesy, they think.
Yeah, like,
it's a
instead of, like,
mandatory.
asking you nicely, like, since they don't know how to do it, they try to do it like a rude way and be like, "Hey, aren't you supposed to do it? Isn't that your policy to do it?"
And sometimes you have to remind them. Okay. So, have you worked with females often, or just very rarely, or?
I have worked with females often.
Okay, and is it a problem where you have where most women don't want to go out there and help them out, opposed to if it was a male that go out there and do it right then and there? Like,
Yeah, I feel like
like the women not want to do it,
um,
or they feel like, oh, I'm a female, I shouldn't be doing
I'm gonna
this.
say there's a big portion of women
Mhm.
that don't jump the gun and go out and do it. They'll like look for someone. They'll be like, "Hey, Ricky, can do it?" And as a guy,
Okay.
you don't want to be like, I don't want to be like that dick. Like, no, you know,
Because you feel like you have to take care of the woman.
like sometimes,
Oh,
like let's say you're in that scenario where you're in the front, people are watching you. A girl comes to you like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" You know,
a girl coworker or
a girl coworker, Like if it's a customer, it's different. But if it was a coworker, like to me, I hear what you're saying. She's a coworker, so technically she does the same job. She's supposed to do the same job.
or
as
even
me.
if she's just subordinate, right? A red
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah, exactly. She's supposed to do the job, but like there's sometimes you get those coworkers that
Or maybe blankly she doesn't know.
maybe
Which
she might be a
is-
new person. Maybe she might be a new person, but then you have some
Okay.
that have been here for a while and should know, but they try to try to find somebody. They get comfortable asking that one person that they know they can depend on. You know, but sometimes
And
it's not a good thing because when that person's not here, now you're looking like a fool. The pressure's on you.
Okay, now I also can fall into good teamwork, right? Like oh, you know what, he does them all the time, but I take care of this for this person, so on and so forth, right?
Mhm.
And that's understandable, in this workspace. Now let's talk about the topic as far as like closing, like if the woman is either the same position or lower position than you. How about as far as like closing hours?
I
Or
hear-
even
I hear what
overnight
you're
hours and
saying,
stuff like
because-
that. Is that like a thing, or maybe she doesn't want to do it, or you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying because this is something that I feel like is still going on in our life, in our
Mhm.
world, where women are asking for equal rights, but same, us men or women, whoever's in charge, whoever has the power, are not being fair with everybody. Because I know for a fact, like,
Because they're gonna be looked at sexist, or oh, why
Exactly.
you making me do it because I'm a female? Or
like for
I'm a
example,
female, I shouldn't be doing these things, or what do you mean?
I'll use myself or like the men that work with me. Sometimes us guys, men, have to take an extra closing shift or two, or maybe the whole week, just because we have a female coworker who is a female, who has the same position, has the same title, is able to do everything that we're able to do, but
Or
they
should be able to. Do,
should be
maybe
able
she
to
doesn't
do,
know how,
but
never been taught. Let's say.
but never get put on the closing shift because they're trying to protect them. But it's like, okay, that's not fair to us,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. All right. What about in positions like, for example, heavy stuff? Obviously, biologically, a male is 8 times out of 10, maybe 9 times out of 10, stronger than a female. There are some, there's small percentile of women that are actually biologically stronger than the weaker male biological males, and that can do better things. But let's talk about generally here.
As you're asking me this question, it's making me think when you go online and you apply for the job and it's asking you, are you able to do the job what it requires you to do? You know how it tells you, can you lift?
Over 75 pounds?
I mean, when you're filling that out, you're agreeing that you can do the job,
Mhm.
So it's like, that doesn't fall back on us. That's something
so-
that you made a commitment to.
So when you come down to because I personally have 2 jobs, and I've encountered situations where a female calls that they need this moved from, I don't know, maybe like 20, 30 feet from one area to another. It's no more than 20, 30 pounds. And they call, they need help to move this when a female can physically do it. It's, like I said, it's only 20, 30 pounds. You can move it from left to right, 10, 20, 30 meters away. No biggie. But they won't do it. So they have to call a male to come do it for them. Now, how does that go as far as equal right? If it was a male in that position, they'll probably grab it themselves and take it themselves. I mean, I don't know, I'm not trying to answer a question for you, but how does that sound to you? Like, what do you see in that? The reason I bring it up is, like, for example, we have a coworker that's female, and let's say she's trying to get a radiator that's 20, 30 pounds, and awkward size, wrong size, and she can't lift it up for whatever reason, and now she requires you to go pick it up, or something heavy, like an actual heavy, product that hey, I need someone to come help me move this, you know, or her doesn't want to do it when a male could do it themselves.
Yeah,
Like how's that the equality coming in, you know?
I hear you.
You know, okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if it was a male, they will do it themselves, and if it was a female, they call a male to do it.
Exactly.
But they're asking for equal rights, equal pay. But when you get down to the nitty and gritty, can they really perform the same way as a male?
Not always. Not always.
Not always. Okay. And so does that constitute? I mean, can that be the difference between the pay, between why they would pay a male more than a female?
I think it does come into effect. But it's like, how do you know that? How do you know that from the bat? What that person can and can't do?
Exactly. So how do you know a male and female don't get paid the same thing for the same job? Because we still talk. We haven't even started talking about
That's true.
how long they've been doing it, the decisions they've been doing, and you know what? Not only that, let's talk about overtime. Men are more likely to do overtime than female are. I know I've encountered a female is always like, I gotta go home at this time. Most males will be like, fuck it, I need the overtime anyways. Oh, fuck it, I want to buy the wifey this.
And then you gotta think about it if they're married, if they have kids.
Or maybe they don't want to go home. Females typically, when they have a family, kids, they want to go home and cook, do their thing. No harm, no foul. Typically, miserable men that are married, have kids, fuck that, I don't want to go home. So they tend to try to stay later.
Mm-hmm.
So is that those numbers included as well with the higher pay? See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So those are my questions as far as that, you know.
Oh, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
And I mean,
It's like it had to be like, you know how like they say like we got to learn from our history, so we don't repeat the same mistakes. So they must be going by history, results, kind of like this whole election thing, voting. You know, they must like gotta look at the results, like the injuries. You know how they keep track of everything. Like they have to like who's more likely to call off, who's more likely to have this problem. And I think that's where they come up with, okay, this person,
numbers.
that's how this person should get paid, that person should get paid this. It's kind of like, we don't even have to think about it. We're only talking about automotive. Like, how clerical, office work. Like, how come they always go for female receptionists?
Receptionist.
Yeah. You know, why can't it be a dude? You know? They say that, you know, everybody always says that women can multitask better than a man.
It depends on what the tasks are.
Exactly. Because there's some men who run the stores, run like a store like this, run the floor, and they have to be strong. Because like sometimes we'll get customers that try to come at you, argue with you, try to disagree with you, and you're trying to like work things out to come with a solution, to find a solution. And sometimes, I hear you. Sometimes we have male customers that come in, and they see a female, they don't even want to talk to them, or they like try being strong and tough, and then a man has to step in.
Correct, even though they're in a low position or something like that. Okay, I agree. So you know what? Let's talk about a battery real quick, and I'll connect it to it in a second. A battery. Do you know how a battery works internally? Okay, so you have a positive and a negative side.
Okay.
Right? And you have them in two complete different metals.
Yeah.
Now these two complete different metals have a chemical, what is it? Water and whatever chemical it has. You know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's called a chemical battery, right? You know what internally the battery tries to do by itself, just by natural? It tries to balance itself.
Okay.
But two different metals can almost possibly never balance itself. It's always going to continue to try moving, because if it adds one here, you're actually adding 0.1 here, and then it's kind of impossible for it to, you know, balance. You know, it's a chemical imbalance. Like you can't. It's always going to try to balance itself, so it can't.
Okay.
Physically, in reality, physically, it can't, because of the two different metals. It's very hard, right? That's how it is with men and women. No matter how much, at least that's my aspect of what I feel, what I think, what I see, and from my understanding.
What your take is?
Female, yeah, there you go, perfect. You said it, took the words out of my mouth. males and females can't ever be equal.
Okay.
And not in a bad way. Not to say that one is superior than the other or one is inferior, whatever word you want to use. It's never gonna be, you know. Um, and truthfully, I believe women are far more superior than men. They can do a lot more things that we can. Women are more more emotional, and they can do a lot more things than men can. Men are just basically like protectors and the physical proportion of it, you know. And it's never gonna be equal, you know. There's two different biological things that and physically and emotionally things that go on that women are far beyond stronger than men and far beyond have things over men when men is just physical. And that's one of the biggest things that happen. One of the biggest things that are in with the difference between men and female is that men are mostly about physical and what you see, and women are more deep inside, emotionally and like sequentially thought before they can do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it can't ever be equal, I think. You know, I mean, what's your take on that?
It's like we're equal in our own minds.
Mm-hmm.
Like we both believe that, nobody's above. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
My take is like, I feel like they feel like they do more. We feel
Mhm.
like we do more. But it might not be the same thing we're talking about. But like the things that we talk about,
Like a battery, right?
yeah,
You balance up here.
You balance here,
there,
exactly.
Just continue trying to teeter
Yeah.
totter.
it's like when if you're in a relationship, like I do this, but I do that. I pay for this, but I pay for this. It's like you're just
Oh, you're not physically, emotionally there for me. Wait a minute, you're a stay-at-home wife, and I work 12 hours a day.
yeah,
Yeah, but I need somebody to pay attention to me. Yeah, but you also need somebody to support you.
exactly.
You know, it's like that's what I mean by the imbalance, and there's always going to be an imbalance.
And I don't like that. I don't like that, like, because I know a friend of mine that just mentioned that to me. Like, this girl wants to say that he's not there for him, and his kids. But yet, the reason why he's not there is not because he's out with his friends, not because he's having fun.
He's taking care of
It's because he's
business.
working. He's working to provide for the family, to make sure that they eat, to make sure that bills get paid. So it's like, yeah, he might not be there physically, but he's working so you guys have everything, the roof, food to eat, So it's like, okay,
And that's exactly why I believe that it's never going to be
equal.
And like I said, it's not in a bad way. It's just that.
And the same thing for the male.
You know?
The male might be working,
Mhm.
and the woman's stuck at home raising the kids, maybe cleaning.
Homework.
Yeah,
that's
homework.
It's
So
a
it's
tough
like,
topic within itself.
and that's like a job in its own. So it's like
There's so
you
many
gotta find the
stressors, so
balance.
many-
You
yeah.
gotta find the balance.
Yep. I completely agree on that. And
18 minutes. All right, we 18 minutes in this video.
last thought, real quick.
Last one. What's up?
So, like, for example, like I have, with my girlfriend, we talk about these kind of things, and obviously, and I tell her, hey, love, you come down here, you do your thing. As long as you got everything taken care of at home, I'll make sure I keep bringing the bread, and then we'll do it together, Because at the end of the day, like you said, being at home is a job within itself.
Yeah.
Cleaning, it's a job
cooking.
within itself.
Yeah.
Cooking, a job within itself. All these things, grocery shopping, dude. Now think about it. You doing it by yourself. Is it a hustle or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can split the duties with someone else,
Perfect. You
dedicates himself for that, and I think that's a pretty good balance. And a lot of people don't see it that way. They're like, oh, you don't have enough time for me. Oh, I do all this bullshit. Like, oh yeah, but you don't have to sit in a fucking job 8, 12, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, or however many you
When
work.
you're just talking about the
Yeah.
job, you gotta think about the people that you gotta put up with.
Mm-hmm.
You sometimes the job that you have, the bosses are not coming to you. Hey, can you do this? No, I need you to fucking do this.
Mm-hmm. That's not even including if you work in customer service, the stress that comes up, and those are the things that we need to look at, and that's why inequality, people, I know it's a big, like I said, I know it's a big topic, but we neglect to look at these kind of things sometimes and don't factor
Because we're
in
really
everything.
focusing on what we do.
Yes. That's my take on that.
All right, man. I think this is a great video. Thank you for your questions.
Mhm.
Thank you for putting me in the hot seat. How did I do?
I think you did phenomenally.
Mhm.
Most neutral as possible, because again, you can't side with one side or the other.
It's like sometimes there's no right answer.
Yeah, exactly.
My boy Frank,
I didn't even get to think it before you said it.
thank you for doing this video with me. Thank you for the questions. We're gonna wrap it up. Boy Ricky Rick, if I'm not making you laugh, not making you smile, not keeping you entertained, or giving you something to think about, your boy Ricky Rick ain't doing his job, and you already know. My boy Ricky Rick does his job. Until next time, I'm out.